that we actually do are provide a whole suite of services for the businesses, and these go around managing the business forecasting, managing accounting, managing payroll processes, managing banking transactions, and the value that we provide that the business couldn't do themselves really is in being able to do it faster, with more accuracy, with providing them insights into how they can run the business better, providing speed at which we can actually resolve problems. So it's a whole suite of different things that we can actually do. That now, we've been in the shared service business now for about 19 years, 20 years in Procter Gamble. Going back would almost be impossible. In fact, we're now trying to see how we can get even more services that can be routinized, scalable, standardized, that the business today does in different parts of the world, and bring them into our shared service, whether it be in Manila or in some other site. That's a question, but it's definitely something that we want to bring into our shared service. Right? So we are leveraging technology in many different ways. We are trying to make sure that everyone is digitally capable at a very basic level, so that they can either help themselves be more productive, and they can start thinking about ways in which they can actually work with their peers around. So there's some basic technologies, and then we are suiting up to make sure that there are some individuals that are more the digital engineers, the digital transformers, and we give them more subsequent tools like RPAs, Blue Prism, Work Fusion, and stuff like that, that enables them to see across a broader cross-section of the services, and they can help a much broader business process. And the thing is, this space is evolving very, very fast. So as soon as we learn something, there are a whole host of new things that we're learning all the time. So we're partnering with a whole bunch of companies as well to help us go ahead of the curve on this journey. The challenges are that when we start to do some kind of RPA work without having standardized the work process, then the solution doesn't really work. It doesn't really hang enough. So we're trying to make sure that our processes actually get as standard as possible, as documented as possible before we actually put in some of our technology, and then the whole thing begins to work like a musical performance. It sort of works very, it actually works very well together. So the first thing that we actually manage is the talent we already have, and we've got a whole bunch of people that we're trying to reskill all the time. We used to call it upskill, but I think upskill really feels like they're not skilled enough, so we call it reskilling. And reskilling is about getting people a lot more savvier on digital tools, along with a lot more savvier on whole culture of quality management, which is the ability to question their own work process, the ability to question their whole work process, not just their own, but across their teams, which is the partners along. And once they know this better, they can actually learn tools better, they can actually do a lot better. Then when it comes to attracting new talent, we're trying to see how we can get talent that is across between finance and IT skills. Because we think that people who come in with a little bit of coding background, they've coded in college, they do a lot better at coding and being able to adopt some of the new digital skills that we want them to be adopting. So we've hired a couple of people new from college with no experience in any industry, and we gave them some projects to do, and in a month's time they're actually coding for us. And they're coming up with things that they can automate already. So it's something that we're learning to see how we can take this to the next level. In terms of looking at our effectiveness, and the scorecards are things like, are we on quality, are we on time, and we have different parameters for quality. We have what's our headcount that we use, with the speed at which we can do something. Can we close our books as fast as faster than we've closed before? How do we look at our balance sheet, the health of the balance sheet? So we've got a whole bunch of metrics. Some of this is still fairly manual at this point in time, but those are things that we're trying to automate wherever we can using whatever tools that we have today. The Philippines was a fantastic site and continues to be a fantastic site because of the fact that there's a whole universe of very highly qualified, highly trained engineers, highly trained finance managers, speak very good command of English, a very good work ethic that we continue to hire from, and we think the Philippines is fantastic for that. But there are a bunch of other sites like Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia is coming up to be something that is targeting the same industry. India continues to be a place where they keep targeting for higher value services. Singapore is expensive, but that's another place where boutique BPOs can be created, and the government is giving a whole bunch of incentives in Singapore to be wanting to do that because they want to go up in the value stream as well. Australia is a place where we are looking at a few places where we've got the manpower, we've got the expertise, we've got English in that part of the world for them to be actually doing this work. So there are sites, and it comes down to, can the Philippines continue to be providing us the engineering talent and the IT talent and the finance talent for us to continue being in the Philippines.